Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and today I have a Journal with Me episode working in my yearly journal from last year. So I did film this a little while ago now, and it's just taken me a little while to edit it and do the voiceover, but basically I have got a whole bunch of ephemera in front of me on my desk and some photos that I've printed out on my Canon selfie. And I just want to go through this journal and see if I can add as many of those pieces as I can and fill in some gaps and document some memories. So the first pieces I have here are some food wrappings, food packaging from an advent calendar. So I got my very first advent calendar for Christmas this year. I remember when I was a kid, my friends would get them, or some of my friends would get them, and I always thought they looked so fun. And then, one of my friends, she got me one this year, and it was an extra special one because it was a Lindt calendar, and I do love my Lindt chocolate. And this is a wrapper from one of the chocolates, which was a little bear, which was very yummy. And I've got another one here. This wrapper, I think, was of sort of like a mini Lindor ball. And I did take a photo of the advent calendar itself, so that's in that top left-hand corner. And I'm just putting these onto this page because, as you can see on the right-hand page, I also have some food packaging there. That was from my Easter bunny that I got earlier on in the year. So I usually always get a Lindt Easter bunny, and that one was very lovely because it had some beautiful flowers on the foil. So I used that to just decorate that page. Now over here, I am moving on to this page where I'm paper clipping in a beautiful print from, what's her name? The Unexpected Gypsy, I believe it is, on YouTube. Some of you might know her. There's a whole story behind that one. So in one of my creative workshops that I ran last year, Dee, she talked about this quote, "The earth laughs in flowers," and it just really moved all of us who were in attendance that day. And we, some of us teared up and just found it very encouraging because, sometimes life can be a bit challenging at times. It can be a bit hard, painful. It might feel a bit dark at times, and yet the flowers continue to bloom. All these horrible things might be happening around us in the world, but the flowers show us the way. They continue to bloom and offer their beauty, and I want to sort of take on that lesson for myself, to be encouraged by that first of all, but to know that I can also bloom like flowers no matter what is happening in my life or around me in my world. And I kind of call it like beauty is our weapon. Beauty is our superpower to fight against all that is dark in the world. So I bought a whole bunch of those cards, those prints, one for me that is on my gallery wall, one for my journal, and one for Dee as well, and a few for some other lovely ladies as well. And then moving on over here, I am documenting this page spread for my friend's wedding, where I was a joint maid of honor with her cousin. And so I've got a lot of photos here and a lot of ephemera. I didn't end up using all of the ephemera, but that's okay because it's a significant memory that I want to document multiple times in various journals. This is my little name tag from the gift that everyone was given. We were given some wooden coasters with our name on it and the date of the wedding and the couple's initials, and we were also given a little bag with some chocolate eggs inside, and yes, my friend, she gave us some goodies the night before the wedding, and she had a bag made up for each of us with our name on it, and inside were a whole bunch of fun things like a bangle and these hair ties or wristbands. I guess you could wear them as hair ties or wristbands. And there was a jewelry box, and there was a face mask, and some pajamas, which were really cool. Some silky green pajamas to match the color of our dresses, and yeah, it was really, really fun. I also gave a few gifts as well, which were included some little gold hair clips and a scrunchie, and on the packaging it said something like tie the knot or something like that, like wedding related. So I kept the diamond packaging. You can kind of see that in the bottom right hand corner from the scrunchie, and I ended up stapling that onto the top of the page so it sticks out of the top of the journal and makes it just look a little bit more interesting even when the journal is closed. So you can see that at the top. And the one that says I couldn't tie the knot without you, that was in the bag of goodies as well. So yeah, I had a lot of ephemera. The thank you card also came with the gift of the chocolate eggs and the coaster. And yeah, so you can see here how I'm adding the diamond packaging at the top, and I think I tuck it in a little bit more. I just move that down a little bit, move everything down so I can fit that in. Oh, and so on the page in the left hand side, or on the left hand side in the bottom corner, there's this bow, a ribbon pink bow, and that came from a box. So the other bridesmaid, she got us some custom earrings made for our special sort of wedding earrings, and they came in that box. So I just sort of didn't need the box anymore, so I cut off the ribbon decorating the box and stuck that onto the page as well. And yeah, this page is kind of documenting the hen's night, and now I'm just sort of flipping back and forth between pages, seeing where I can fit in anything, and then I do take out some of these items as well from Happy Mails that various people sent to me last year, because I actually wanted to use these two pieces in the reflections journal that I did for the reflections journaling course, because I wanted to keep some special things from the year in that journal as well. So now I am moving ahead to documenting November here. You can see, yeah, I did film this quite a long time ago. I've got a large backlog of videos that I still need to edit and do the voiceovers for. So that picture there of the giant pink flamingo in the pool, that was for my friend's birthday party for her 21st. And it was a children's themed pool party, so you had to dress up in like as if it was a children's birthday party. So I dressed up in a tutu and had a tiara and a wand and a giant plastic ring on my finger. And I had my hair in pigtails. So that was a fun party. Now I'm just filling in some details here. So this is a little printable that I had for my Willow Mail subscription list, and for my patrons. So I just made up a little monthly sheet to help me capture each month, and I included the main events from the month, the highlights, and at the bottom I put a place for extra little notes. But for me, what I did in that section was a reading list. So I recorded each of the books that I read in each month, and then there's a spot there to place like your favorite photo from the month, or a photo that represents that month really well, something like that. So this month I got myself a tin whistle. which is totally unexpected, and it's quite a long story, but I was sick at the end of last year for quite a while, for a week. When I usually get sick, I only get sick every 2 years, and it's usually only lasting for a day. So this time it lasted for a week. I had the worst headache of my life. It was the most painful headache I'd ever had, that lasted multiple days, and I had a fever, and yeah, it just wasn't very fun for that entire week. So I was bedridden, and went on this rabbit hole and researched tin whistles, got myself a tin whistle, and I absolutely love my tin whistle now. Oh, here I'm now documenting psychology in Seattle. This is the card they sent me in the mail, which is so nice. I love their handwritten note, and inside were some stickers and a magnet. So fun. This is the envelope it all came in, so I'm going to stick that on the page as well. So I won that playing their anniversary live game. So every year they do an anniversary live show where people can send them gifts, and they play this game where if you enter it, the first 16 people, because it was their 16th anniversary, won a prize. And so you get a mug of your choice from their merch, and they also send you a handwritten card with all these extra little goodies. So I played the game, and I was one of the top 16, so I was very excited. I am a patron of psychology, of psychology in Seattle, and I absolutely love being a patron of theirs. I will always advocate for their channel. They have helped me so much in my life. They've helped me to have greater empathy and understanding for myself and for others. They've helped me to heal and to have more grace and gentleness and kindness to everyone, including myself, and can't speak highly enough of them. They're very entertaining, they make me laugh, and I learn a lot from them as well. I will link their channel down below in their description, in my description box, because they do have a YouTube channel. That's how I listen to them, other than on Patreon as well. They are a podcast, but yeah, I listen to them on YouTube. So I'm just using some of these stickers to decorate the page. The magnet I have stuck on one of my metal boxes that sits on a shelf above my desk, so I love seeing that. And I now have 4 Psychology in Seattle mugs. I've got my patron mug. I have got 3 other mugs that I won from their various live shows over the years, so that is exciting. Alright, so moving on to the next page. So now I'm documenting December, and I have got a whole bunch of different photos that I printed out, and the first one is I have a photo of my book cover for my book Lamp in Dark Places, which I published, I believe it was the 5th of December that I launched the international version. There's my cat in the background, if you heard that. And then in January this year, I launched the Aussie version. So that was, yeah, again, ignore my cat in the background. That was really, really exciting. I'll have a link down below in the description box as well for my book Lamp in Dark Places, which is a visual memoir, and it's like a peek inside my journals. So I had about 10 journals that I journaled in throughout the previous 3 years in the lead up to writing that book, and I just kind of combined them all and told a narrative through my journal entries and turned it into a book. And so I hope that book is super encouraging to people. It is available as a print book or as an ebook. If you're overseas, it's cheaper to go through the website. If you're in Australia, it's cheaper to purchase it from me directly. So that was my biggest highlight for December, so that's why that will go into that square on that monthly page. I absolutely love the cover. It's so me. Everyone who looks at it is like, that is so you, that cover is so you, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a book that looked and felt like me, especially because at that time when I made that book, I felt so disconnected from my soul. I felt like my soul was a bit lifeless and directionless. And through making that book, through writing and creating, I connected with my soul again, and my soul came alive. And I realized, I had an epiphany and alive when I was talking about my book, that that was my first soul journal. The second soul journal that I'll be doing is for the soul journal course that I am running, that is officially beginning March 3rd. But some early birds have already signed up, and anyone can join in from now or until March 3rd when it starts officially. And that is where we will be creating our own soul journal as a way to document our soul journey, and as a way to journal and create in order for our souls to come alive through connecting with our souls, expressing our souls creatively, sitting with our souls, and nurturing our souls. So information about that course is down below as well. So I also have a photo of my room from when I did a room tour last year, and I did a room makeover last year as well, so that's kind of documenting that. And then all of the other photos are sort of around the theme of dance, because in December we had our end of year dance concert. So I did last year 2 classes, ballet and the adult class. Well, I still do that this year as well. So I just have a couple of photos showing one of the costumes for the adult dance class, because we did 2 dances for that one. It was so fun. We opened the show to Pink's Get the Party Started, and we wore these cute pink bomber jackets, and then you could wear whatever else you wanted with it. So I got to wear a sequin top and a sparkly skirt, and I was just like, I'm in my element. I get to wear sparkles. This is so fun. Loved it. And then the ballet tutu was so beautiful. It was one of those romantic tutus, and just really, really pretty. So I was very happy with those costumes in particular, and I got the medal for the encouragement award for ballet. And I know I'm like an adult doing a dance class, but that's very significant to me, because when I was a kid I always wanted to do ballet, but I was always too shy to do anything like that. I never did anything. I never tried anything new like that, and yeah, just super shy. So at the grand old age of 26, I finally took my first ballet class as an adult beginner, and all these years later I am still doing ballet and have lived all my ballet dreams, which I never thought was possible at 26. I got my point shoes. I have performed on stage in a tutu and tiara. I've been in musicals. I have been in the concerts every year when I've been dancing, and I've taught ballet. I've choreographed ballet dances. So all of my ballet dreams really have come true. And to get a medal was kind of another little dream, because when I was a kid I dreamed of going to a class and wearing the uniform and then getting a trophy or a medal. I haven't got a trophy yet. I don't know if I'll ever get a trophy again, because that's better left to the kids. But yeah, that would be another dream, is I would love to get a dance trophy and live another childhood dream. And yeah, I'm cutting up the pamphlet here now, the little run sheet or brochure that you get at the concert. So I picked one of those up, and I'm just cutting it up a little bit so that I can document that as well on the page. And then I fold up the run sheet so I can remember the order of the dances and what dances I was in and what songs they were to and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm just covering up some people's faces there, but yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. This year I am back doing ballet and the adult class again. The song that we're doing for the adults class is a Dolly Parton and Pitbull remix to what's it called? Working 9 to 5. So it's kind of sassy, kind of fun. And yeah, I think dance is just good for my well-being, physically of course, but also mentally and socially. And yeah, I've had about 2 months off of dance, and yeah, your body really feels it after a while. So good to get back into it and to get the body moving again. This is documenting book club. So one of my highlights from last year was that I joined a local book club, and it was so fun. We met every month to discuss a book that we all read, and it was so fun to be able to read different books, different genres. I love reading widely, and I love learning from books as a reader, as a writer, and as a person who lives, as a thinker. And so just cutting out the little logo here from the pamphlet, and we'll stick that on to the page. It inspired me to start my own online book club. So the Willow Book Club is a Facebook group page that anyone can join. The only requirement is that you love books. That's all. We do have 2 books that you can read each month if you want to follow along with me. They're just books on my list that I want to read. I've got no idea if they're good or bad, but they're just on my reading list that I want to read. So if you want to read them and read widely and discuss them, feel free. Otherwise, discuss whatever books that you have that you enjoyed. There's a link down below in the description box for that as well. So I hope you enjoyed this chatty journal with me video, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye guys. A big special thank you to all my patrons who supported me in January. Thank you so much for allowing me to do what I do here on YouTube, making journals and teaching journaling courses and running creative workshops. If you would like to become a patron, you can click the link down below in the description box to my Patreon, and that is where you get access to all my extra videos, including journal making series each month. The Ruby tier gets you access to every printable kit in my Etsy, plus new ones each month, all accessed on my Patreon. Higher tiers get you access to printables and happy mails and journals sent to you in the mail. So feel free to check that out, and I thank you so much for your incredible support.